water starts to come up and develops huge sources of H2O. Zechariah tells us about that. He says, on that day, living water will flow out from Jerusalem, half of it east to the Dead Sea, and half of it west to the Mediterranean Sea in summer and in winter. In other words, the river will divide at some point south of Jerusalem, and half of it will go to the Mediterranean Sea, and the other half will go to the Dead Sea, and it will transform the Dead Sea from a dead sea to a living sea. If you've ever been to Israel and to the Dead Sea, you know it's the lowest point on the earth. And the Dead Sea is called the Dead Sea because it's dead. There are a few microscopic insects that live in the sea, but that's it. The prophet Ezekiel devotes an entire chapter to describe this. And he said, I saw water coming out from under the threshold of the temple toward the east. And then, according to Ezekiel, this river will grow stronger and wider. And this is what it says. This water flows toward the eastern region and goes down to the desert where it enters the Dead Sea. When it empties into the sea, the salty water there becomes fresh. Swarms of living creatures will live wherever the river flows. There will be large numbers of fish because this water flows there and makes the salt water fresh. Did you know that? That's what's going to happen. But there's more. The power of Christ's return will trigger an earthquake. It will unleash a river, but it will also elevate the city of Jerusalem like it was on an elevator. The entire city will be lifted up, and to this city everyone will look. It is an amazing story. Isaiah hinted at this when he said, now it shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. Zechariah 14 says, the whole land from Gibeah will become like the Arabah, but Jerusalem will be raised up high from the Benjamin gate to the site of the first gate, from the corner gate and from the tower, and will remain in its place. It will be inhabited. Never again will it be destroyed. Jerusalem will be secure.